Oh, it's director shit. Okay.
Nini things.
Hey,
So,
welcome to Same
wait.
Difference Podcast, you guys. And for everyone watching us on YouTube, welcome to our channel.
ooh.
What are we drinking today?
Today, as I've just even jumped into it even
Yeah.
before I even we haven't even. Guess who's that? Guess who that?
I was
is?
like, yeah, it might as well.
Yeah. Today we're drinking Harlequin.
Right.
As always.
Yeah.
But today we've stepped it up a little.
Yeah.
The weather dictates it, as you can see.
Yeah, it
It's a
is.
little
It's this
overcast.
kind of weather, yeah?
Yeah.
Red wine weather.
So we're drinking a Merlot.
Yum yum.
Yeah. This is.
I'm D, guys. If you're new here,
Oh yeah, and I'm skinny. It's like we just dove right into
we
it.
just dove right into
You know,
it
I guess
because
it's because we're
used
getting
to our
comfortable.
regulars. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting very, very comfortable with our peeps.
Yeah. So as Jenny is doing this, I'm gonna intro the episode. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us. If you've been with us since day one, you know season 1 we didn't have video content, but season 2 we have video and audio content. So you'll be able to watch us on our YouTube channel, and you'll also be able to
Listen
to us on all podcast platforms.
Nice.
So that is the business.
That's how we
So,
do. That's how we do.
cheers.
Cheers, homie. I'm a fan.
So
I'm here for it.
today we're going to talk about the role that your partner plays in your mental health.
Yeah.
It's a loaded topic. I feel like there's so many things to uncover and
Unpack
about this topic. So
which because it's okay. So I don't know. Do you want to start or should I?
you
jump in?
start.
Okay.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
So
What role do you think you have some fluff.
let's go.
What role do you think your partner plays in your mental health in a relationship?
I think your partner is very crucial, and I don't mean in like in the ways that we're used to. Your partner should complement you in terms of support and in terms of character building, and I don't mean character development. There's that, but I look at this question very specifically, especially because as a person who battles with mental health issues, for me it is very crucial to let the person that I am trying to be with or partnered with, I have to be very it is crucial for me to make them know that, to share that with them,
Right. Okay.
so that because it's a whole different ball game. We're not talking about say a sad day. We're talking about prolonged moments of
Okay.
a depressive state. We're talking about chemical issues, with your body. We're talking about things that affect your mood, things that affect your appetite. We're talking about
your appetite.
we're
Sign
talking
me
about
up.
a myriad of things.
I'm joking.
I'm here for it. We should have a sin culture. That is the first sin of the day. Making fun of people with mental health issues.
No.
No, but it's because for me it's not just is this person gaslighting you, or is this we're talking about I'm already in a space that needs
In a negative headspace, you mean? Is that what you mean?
I don't.
Or you're saying you're already in
Like,
a compromised state?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as someone, say for example, I have clinical depression, right?
Okay.
So for me that is a thing I battle with every day. It's the same way with someone who has like diabetes.
Yeah.
Or someone who has,
okay.
So I'm I'm supposed to be on a regiment. I'm supposed, there's certain things like health-wise that are compromised.
Yeah. So when you get into a relationship, do you say it on the first date? Hey, I am. This is the situation. I've been diagnosed with clinical depression, or if it's anxiety, whatever. Do you say that initially, or do you kind of wait and that unfolds in time?
Depending on like the situation, right? Depending on how serious I see this relationship being, then I'll disclose it. But I do disclose it pretty early.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. So the seriousness of the relationship will also determine how much of yourself you reveal.
Yeah, because the seriousness of the relationship dictates the amount of time that you're gonna put in.
True.
If this is just a fling, I'm not
disclosing anything.
Nothing about my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's really important that you've brought it up, because I feel like, especially in relationships, right? In romantic relationships, a lot of times we show up as our representatives.
Yeah.
You're trying to impress the other person is trying to impress you.
For sure.
And so you've put your best foot forward. Maybe those days is when you're most, I guess, you're showing up as your best self.
Yeah.
But when you have that conversation early with a partner, I feel like what it does is it's like, okay, here I am.
Yeah.
I've shown you all my vulnerability. But my question is this: then where does the conversation go from there? Is it a situation where you feel like your partner should hold you accountable to whatever you're supposed to do to be better, or is it a situation where you're like, it's just a statement you put out there and you're like, you should understand this about me?
Both. Yeah, I expect. That's another word that I'm trying to
expectations
like etch out of like my vocabulary. I would hope that my partner would hold me accountable, or rather help me bear some of the responsibility by like being in my corner. You get what I'm saying? So like if it's medication, then I would hope my
have you taken your meds?
No, I would. Other than that, because that if you force me to do that with like cold meds, then you should do that for every med. Like you're going to do that with every medication. You know what I mean? If you want me to get better, you want me to get better. Period. Right? Like in terms of medication. So yeah, keep me up on my meds and whatever. But I'm talking about like even just learning about my health issue, right? Like taking like
an interest,
and an active interest. So like read about it. Read up on my medicine also, and like read up alternative. Like help me through this journey, because that's the brunt that I'm bearing. And that's what you hope your partner would like do is take off some of that burden, right? Yeah, so just like help me figure out alternatives, help me figure out like best ways, like help me figure out like new ways, like just help me through the thing.
Okay, I'm in two minds about this, because I feel like it's because your partner is the one who gets to experience you in those, now when the relationship has progressed, and it's no longer you're just your best foot forward only. You're actually getting to see every facet of this individual. I feel like your partner as well, as I feel like more of it, when I'm suffering, when my mental health is suffering, I'm more of the opinion that I probably just need your support or your physical presence, and that's about it. I feel like it's if I put it on my partner to say, remind me to take my meds, what happens the day that my partner doesn't remember to remind me? Or what happens if I'm telling my partner, research on my mental health and my condition, research on my medication? What happens if they're truly, maybe for one reason or another, they're not able to hold that space for you? It could be because they're also dealing with their own thing or whatever. But that's how I think about it, because even me, for the first time last year, I was diagnosed with anxiety.
Right.
Now, I've never considered myself an anxious person, and I still think it was an incorrect diagnosis, because my issues at the time were lack of sleep. Remember? And so when the doctor jumped straight to anxiety and prescribed me the strongest meds available, it shook me so much that I broke down, because I was like, so I have anxiety and now I have to be on Xanax. Xanax I've only heard about in movies.
You have to be on medication.
That's the thing. I've only heard about this drug in movies, and I tried. I tried the drug because I was like, if it'll help me sleep, I'm gonna try anything.
I'm all for it, right?
Yeah. Now, after I weaned myself off the drugs and now got back into a good sleep regimen, not saying that you shouldn't be on drugs if you're supposed to be on drugs. Please, just know none of us is a medical professional.
Yeah, no.
We're just talking about personal
experience. Whatever you decide to put in your body, regardless of whatever the health condition it is attached to, it would be prudent to study up on it, to know what you're putting into your body.
Yeah.
I think that's regardless of whatever health condition.
Yeah. So I come from a family of people who try natural remedies first, always. Okay? So
I can relate. I can relate.
Yeah.
I would, in fact, for me, medication is not a thing that I particularly enjoy taking. So if I have a headache, I'm not taking a painkiller. I'm the last person to run to pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. So in that time, I remember being so confused, and my kind of coping mechanism is I'll withdraw in terms of I don't speak what it is that I'm feeling in the initial instance. If I'm feeling a great shock or a great, something that's really shaken me, my MO is to go inside myself and try and figure out what the hell has this doctor just told me.
Right.
And so because I'm not speaking it, what it might look like is that I'm shutting someone out. It might look like I'm shutting you out as my partner because I'm not actually speaking about what's bothering me. Whereas for me, what I need in that moment is just your physical presence and just let me deal however I deal. But you see that those are things you discover when you talk to your partner, because he might be like, no, listen, this is what I think we should do, and this is how I think we should handle it. So I definitely think it's something that it's a conversation that has to be had. It's a conversation that has to be had, because I don't think there's anybody on this planet who hasn't had a mental health struggle in one way or another.
Right.
But it's definitely a conversation that should be had. Yeah. The how of it is what will change from couple to couple or from relationship to relationship or whatever. What do you think?
I also think the severity of the mental health issue will dictate when and how to have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, because for me, it's a consistent state. I'm going to this is forever, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to have to be an understanding even into the future, right? That for me, I think is important for me to take responsibility of ahead of anyone else, right? But it is also on me to communicate it to someone who I think can help me along this right? Because at that point it's the same way, if you have especially I don't like using the word terminal. If you have a long-term
condition,
then you're going to need, then people around you are not just your support system because they pat you on the back and tell you can do it.
Yeah.
It's because they offer support, right, in one way or another, because they are privy to your medication, your regimens, your, you know, the outcomes that you're hoping for, and whatever, right? And so that is the role that they play. That is the supporting role that they play. It's not just to pat me on the back and tell me you're gonna have a good day today. No,
Okay.
that's great. You can be with me, but if you're not helping me do the things that I need to do to get out of that state, or to be able to manage that state well, then I'll put a video of cats on you know, that, like that.
Oh, so you consume something that helps you get out of the state.
My partner cannot be my escape.
No.
Right? Especially because there is no escaping this condition.
Yeah.
Right? So this person has to be, you know, like, if I'm, I don't know, if you use
And
military
also,
terms,
I feel like it's also, there's also a thin line between your partner supporting you and your partner being your dumping ground.
And also your partner being your enabler.
Or enabler.
Yeah.
I think it's a fine line. And the reason I say this is because Esther Perel says something really fundamental. She says, you see, in the modern world, we expect our partners to be our best friend, our mom, our dad, our, you know, our professor, our doctor. You expect your partner to fulfill so many roles.
Yeah.
Whereas in traditional days, when we lived as a community, you had you had different people play those roles, right?
Yeah.
In modern society, especially in the West, the more Western the society, the more isolated we become, and therefore the more we rely on this one person to fulfill all these needs.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's actually not possible for your partner to play all these kinds of roles.
You don't even play all those roles to any one person. You know? So for me, like I have had a firm understanding of how that is such a bad concept to latch yourself onto, especially, you know, for how flimsy human beings are. One, but because, you know, I have, you know, the privilege and you know, the absolute blessing of having a big family in terms of I am close to my extended family.
Yeah.
So my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, they all play a role in my life. And so, like, for example,
But do you let them see you? Do you let them see you?
They're going to have
I say
to,
this because even for me, for instance, I have a massive extended family, right?
Yeah.
But I can count on one finger the ones who truly even know a fraction of me.
Now you see, we like, I understand that in the sense that, you know, that many people can't know the most intricate things about you, right? And but I mean in the sense that, like, they know when you're hurting, and they tend to cut the bullshit and be like, I don't care if you don't like the taste of your medicine, you're going to have to take your medicine. Then now we can, you know
That's
what I mean?
family
Like,
does.
that's what family does. They're
Shove
like
the medicine
They're
in.
like, I don't care,
Yeah.
right? With all due respect, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Get over it.
Get over it and
Get over yourself.
Because I would like
Get
you
moving.
to be there tomorrow. You know.
Yeah.
And that is understanding that I don't look for what I look for. Say, for example, in my family, in my partner. It would be a great addition to my life if I got another sister, another cousin, another, like, that would be great. But in all honesty, I'm getting a complete total stranger, like, who will end up having to be complementary to me, right? And I to them, right? So for me, I would hope that my partner doesn't come to enable me, or doesn't expect that their role is to enable me. Or coddle me.
Because, you know, the thing that I aspire to be, or I aspire most, is to be just complete by myself. My partner is complete by themselves, and then we come together, and we move forward. And it's not a perfect science, you know. You don't wake up every day on a perfect, like, for instance, I've been in the country 2 years now, and only just started working this month. You know what I mean? Only started having an income this month. So that's something that really, really messes with your mental health, because I was used to being productive. I didn't ever imagine a global pandemic halting life.
Neither did
I'm grateful for life and health and all of these things. But let me tell you, those 2 years of feeling like I'm not useful have really put a dent.
It does.
It really put a dent. And I don't even know how long it will take before I'm fully like back to factory settings, because I just feel like it's been, you turn on the side, you have sleep deprivation, joblessness, this. So it just got to a point where I was just so overwhelmed that it made it hard to even celebrate the good things, like getting engaged, or things that I really celebrate and I'm happy about, have been clouded by by all these other worries that I've had, because I'm the type of person who's like a worker bee. I'm like, I want to be busy, I want to be productive, anyway, I say this to say I'm striving to take accountability for whatever it is. I still don't believe I have anxiety in the medical sense, because when I looked it up, I was like, I don't actually have anxiety.
Well,
so
listen, this is what I believe. Right? Just don't look up nothing. Go to the person that actually knows and studies this thing, and let them tell you. And I get it, they get it wrong sometimes. Yeah. And I have battled with that over the years. Yeah. Do I have adult ADHD as opposed to being clinically depressed? Like, you play around with like what, and I find that is, and I have only recently figured out what I think that is attributed to. Yeah. And I think because we live in a time where information is at your fingertips. Yeah. And everything, Google is no longer just Google, right? Your Google can be Facebook, your Google can be Instagram, your Google can be Pinterest.
There's a lot of information out there.
And you can pick and choose what kind of information comes to you. Yeah. Right? And so I think a lot of people think they know issues of mental health. But it's really just you're hearkening back to maybe an Instagram post you saw.
No. Let me tell you something. I feel like I get what you're saying 100%. I do. Yeah. And I'm not saying this out of stubbornness or anything like that. Truly, I'm saying this out of I'm the type of person who I don't listen to the first Nini as Bible. Like if you tell me today, you diagnose me with something, I'm not gonna take that. I take that as gospel truth, because unless it's a broken leg that I can see is a broken leg,
your leg is broken.
There's so many nuances to a person, and you can't tell me on the first visit you've diagnosed me and medicated me. Yeah. And you've just left it as that.
And I do agree
through a 15-minute consultation.
I do agree with you. That is.
That's the only reason why even me, I went to the lengths of trying to figure out what is actually wrong with me. Maybe I was anxious in that point in time, but I think more to the point, I was probably leaning towards depression than anxiety. And I don't think that I needed such strong medication to cure or to deal with anxiety when I actually don't think I have anxiety. So that's why I was like, I don't think this is something I'm going to listen to in the sense of, I believe I have an anxiety disorder or something like that. Not to minimize it or anything like that.
I think.
By the way, people, if you're watching us on YouTube, you know this. You'll notice our setup has changed.
Shout out to the birds.
So you're going to hear and see a lot of nature from now on. Yeah. And that's what's happening. Yeah. If you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube, please do check out our Instagram, and then you can put faces to names and that kind of thing. But anyway, that's what I was saying about my situation.
I got a question. So other than just in relationships, right? What like your partner's role in your mental health? I personally believe it's linked to their personal health. I mean, their personal journey in their mental health.
In what way?
If you as a partner are shaky mentally,
and you're not doing the work to get better,
you're going to affect your partner's 100%. Mental.
Yeah. What was your question? Sorry.
No, more a statement than anything.
Okay.
Because at the beginning it was because for me it is, if I have mental health issues, I will disclose that to the person that I am partnered with. But then I also believe that before you get into a relationship, you should constantly and have been checking your mental health.
100%. Not just your mental health. I think you should work on yourself in every facet of the kind of person you want to get. The person you want to get.
Oh, wait, whoa.
You
Say
should
it louder
already.
for the people in the back.
You should already be doing the work
Yeah.
to become the person you want to get.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair for me to tell you, oh, I need someone who wakes up at 5 a.m. and is in the 5 a.m. club when I wake up at 11:30.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not even
It's
that.
just not... Why am I
Not even
not
that.
embodying what it is that I
Oh.
want?
Okay, well, yeah, there's that. I personally believe that, like, things like that, like, where, like, I think people are very pedantic about, like, what they think they want. They're like, I wanna, and then I wanna, and it's very performative, even to yourself. Like, so I personally believe that expectations, I would like, and then, because, me, I don't quite frankly do that. I think especially before I get into a relationship, that you want, you feel a certain, how do I put this? There's a, I don't know, longing, I guess, starving, yearning.
Rude man, rude boy.
Hey, you're not nice.
You're not nice.
You're rude.
So rude. So from this to this, things escalated.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, just to add on to that, I feel like, you know how, and I believe this 100%, the statement, you're responsible for your own happiness.
Yes.
I heard this somewhere, and this is, I can't remember if it's a podcast I listened to, but this person said, yes, you're responsible for your own happiness, but at the same time, imagine being in a relationship with someone who constantly drags you down. As much as you're responsible for your own happiness, and someone might say to you, oh, but if your partner is sad all the time, you shouldn't be sad. You're responsible for your own happiness. It doesn't translate in the opposite. It does not translate in the opposite. If you're in a relationship where your partner is, say, abusive, and you're told you're responsible for your own happiness, right? It doesn't mean that you stay there smiling as your partner is abusive. No, I don't think it translates in the other way. That if you're presented with constant misery and that kind of thing, that you should just be there smiling because I'm practicing mindfulness and happiness. No, that's when I think it's your responsibility. If someone doesn't fulfill the requirements or the things that you need, it's your responsibility to leave. It's not their responsibility to change. It's your responsibility to leave. That's how I look at it.
I agree with you, but I also hold a bigger responsibility upon the person who is inflicting the damage, right? Because you are not, I function like this. Don't fuck with me,
and I'm gonna fuck you,
and I'm not gonna fuck with you. Right?
But that's, you see,
no.
yeah.
Hold on. Don't fuck with me, and I will not fuck with you. Right? So, if you are a gaslighter, right, and you meet me and you gaslight me, what you will get in return
is gaslighting. Okay.
And upon, see, when met with a mirror of itself, what happens? Like, when a thing is met with a mirror of itself, what happens? There's a moment of self-reflection at the very least, right? And so you see it. If you continue to do that and expect me to take it, it's like
it's not happening.
It's like it's not happening. So because I'm a firm believer in, if you could try something at least once. Yeah. And if it doesn't stick, just don't do that shit ever again. Right? So if you're in a relation, so when I'm in a relationship, right? Yeah. I consider myself very malleable. Like, so if you are, say, someone who likes to listen to music at really loud, like, we'll figure out a way for us to listen to music that loudly, because maybe not, you know? Like, so, you know, we can compromise. I'm a very compromising person. But, like, so now, for example, if you attack my if you are a hindrance or some sort of toxicity to my mental health, one of two things will happen. Either I leave or I will retaliate in a manner that is mimicking you.
Okay, but does the
which is a way for me to be like, yo, see what I like, see the bullshit you're doing, and like,
how does it feel?
How does it feel?
Okay, you see, me, I think the tit for tat is a useless endeavor, because even for me, when I've done tit for tat, I'm just like, okay, so now what?
Okay,
what
so
if
wait,
they
wait,
can't
wait,
see?
Wait. Nah, I don't like at this point. It's like, oh, so we're throwing grenades,
like
right?
you
If
take
you
a pin
throw
and
a
you
grenade
throw.
and it explodes over there, and they find a grenade in it, like,
Yeah.
the moment it explodes here, I'm not throwing a grenade back. I'm just like, okay, I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So let's not do
Let's
that
not
at
do that.
all.
Yeah.
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 So like for me, I'm just like, if and maybe that's just because I don't know what kind of mechanism that is. Is it?
It's survival. You know,
Yeah.
we're wired for survival.
Yeah.
Our brain is wired, and I'll send you a clip from you, but you don't like Tony Robbins or any of that stuff, do you?
It's not that I don't.
You don't resonate?
It's not that
I'll tell you this, maybe
it's
it'll
'cause I don't
resonate.
use words like resonate.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you this, and then you tell me if it resonates. But for me, when he said it, I was like, damn. So Tony Robbins says we have a brain that's wired for survival, because our brain is like 2 million years old or 2,000 years, however old the brain is. Your thought process is not unique because it's based on genetical memory. It's based on all these things.
Right.
So therefore, we have the ancient brain that was wired to survive a saber-toothed tiger. But right now, there's no saber-toothed tiger that exists or that's after you. You see?
Yes, there is. I can point out 95,000 saber-toothed tigers that are not just, they're not saber-toothed tigers. We're talking about just like, they've evolved. Like, come on. You know who I'm talking about. You know them
Listen.
saber-toothed tigers out there. Like,
Tony Robbins, we're sorry.
no. I get it. Tony Robbins is on the right track, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, okay, I agree. But I'm just like, that's just a nice, like, package, like, a nice...
But let me finish. So
Sorry,
because
yeah.
we're wired for survival, before you have to arrest your thoughts before they get ahead of you.
Right.
So for instance, you say you're gonna show up today for the podcast and we're gonna shoot, and you don't show up. Survival might tell me, delete her number, lock the door, nini. Do you know what I mean? Like you go into survival
Defense
mode to put
mode, yeah.
because your brain is wired for survival. Instead of me being like, Jenny, I don't like that you didn't show up, or Jenny, I'm mad that you didn't show up. Because I'm wired for survival, I don't arrest the thoughts. And so what am I doing? I'm blocking Jenny, I'm deleting Jenny, instead of actually going, let's talk about this so that it doesn't happen again. You know what I mean?
If this was a podcast in, like, dinosaur times, I would be like, me and that version of, like, us, the same difference cave podcast, caveman podcast. That would be dope. And I would agree with you on that. Completely, wholeheartedly. If we were like Neanderthals in the scientific, like, way of thinking about it, then I would agree with you on that. But we have evolved, right? And we did not leave our brain behind.
But
I get it with all the, like, you know, like the genetic and whatever history that is inside of us, and you know, I understand that. I understand that. But context is key. Right? Context is key. I know, D, you're not, like, if you don't pick up my phone call, I know you're not, like, in the bushes somewhere trying to kill me or trying to get me, or, like, you know? And I shouldn't lock my door. Like,
no, but I'm just, that was an extreme example.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
we've adapted. We've evolved, and so like because we've adapted even in our conscience, right? So like when you've done something wrong, when you are fucking with someone, no. We're not gonna sit here and like.
Are we talking in the context of mental health issues, or when you have a clear brain? Because some people with mental health, mental health issues, they don't know.
I'm talking about awareness.
Okay, so if you have awareness,
I'm talking about cognitive. I'm talking about cognitive, like you know the difference between right and wrong, and I'm also talking about like you are emotionally aware. Yeah. Both those things, in whatever degree you are. Like, unless you're like a psychopath, a sociopath, like fine. Yeah. Those are the exceptions to the rule.
But no. There's also no. Let me just put this on there, because there's things like autism, people on the autism spectrum.
Yes. All there's the exceptions to the rule.
Where people are not okay.
I get all the exceptions to the rule.
All right.
I am talking about Jane Doe.
Yeah, okay. And that's why I wanted to get that clarification.
I'm talking about Sospita Mkubwa. I'm talking about Adam. I'm talking about Eve, right? I'm talking about us, like, right? You know when you're fucking with someone. You know when you're gaslighting someone. You know when
you might not know when you're gaslighting someone.
Yes,
you might not even know what gaslighting is.
You do.
No, Jenny, me, I feel like if you're a toxic person inherently, you might think this is normal. You might think your behavior is normal.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, this has to be continued because now we're back to wrap up. But parting shot.
Yeah, so for me, I think if
this has to be a part 2
and we need to get like a psychologist, like someone who's in the field, because I believe you are like, other than the exceptions to the rule, right? You know, and you are fully aware first before you, and that's why you'd be able to be like, oh, I need to brush my teeth, I need to shower, I need to, I need to say excuse me when I want something, I need to say, like, because you're socialized into this consciousness, like, right? So if you act accordingly. Don't go out there and start behaving badly and be like, oh, this is as a result of my... Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Using the band-aid of, you should excuse my behavior because depression, that I don't agree with at all.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm saying is this. I don't think everyone has that presence of mind to know, I'm gaslighting this person and that, because that means you're self-aware, which means you're willing to do the work. Not a lot of people are willing to do the work or even go there with themselves.
I don't think you have to necessarily like go above and beyond, read Mel Robbins and like Esther Perel and like, like all them like woo-woos and what do you say?
They're legit.
Yeah, because I don't resonate with my chakras and they're not in line with like. But I'm just saying, like, you don't have to have done all that to know that you should treat people with a certain level of decorum, So you don't have to know the term gaslighting to know that, you're fucking with somebody. You get what I'm saying? And so for me, I believe that mental health is first your responsibility. Right? Whether or not you have something that is a long-term condition or whether you have something that is don't cancel me, seasonal, right? I think first thing is for you, because it is first self, right? Then rest. Your awareness is definitely going to kick in, right? Because that's an innate thing, right? So you're responsible for how you act and how you treat other people, regardless of whatever condition you're in. So do good, do better.
Well, yes, be better. Let's do better for sure. Let's all do better. Yeah. And before we sign off, if you're watching us, the dripping is Jipe Apparel. I'm wearing Jipe Apparel pants.
Ooh.
And she's wearing Jipe Apparel head to toe. I don't know if your underwear Jipe Apparel as well?
At this point, it might as well be.
Yeah.
Because nime Jipe style.
Yeah, Jipe style. So, I was going to wear their crop top with this, that go really well with these pants. And if you follow us on Instagram, you will know the crop top I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the weather is not friendly
now
with...
changed.
something long sleeved, and so I'm wearing a different top, but this is the pants are Jipe Apparel.
Yeah.
And go on our Instagram, if you're not following us already, we'll put the details so you can follow us, share, subscribe to our channel. It really helps us reach a wider audience and get a variety of opinions, right? Because we love interacting with you guys and actually want to know what you guys think about the role of your partner in your mental health. I really, really, really want to hear what you guys have to say. So please leave that in the comments, and we'll interact with you both on Instagram, YouTube.
Yes.
Anything else?
Stay frosty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like you should lift your leg, because
I should.
I don't know if the camera captures these kicks, which are also Jipe Apparel, which I'm so jealous about.
Here, let's just take that off. Ooh.
I need this kind of serious drip. What the?
Let me see if I can get even close enough. So
it's so fly. The drip is so fly.
It says I am Kenyan. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kenyan made. Yeah.
Jipe partnered with Equator, right? Which is another Kenyan
brand.
shoe company. Beautiful things are going on in this country. Dope things are going on. Let's support ours.
Yeah.
Let's rock ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jipe, for dressing us.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you guys next
on
week.
The next one.